Ali Joe, we did drive down Queen Alexandria Lane yesterday, and I mean, if you drove down there, you would never be able to tell that a mother, her toddler, and another woman were shot and killed there Saturday night. I mean, there was no crime scene tape anywhere, and it just seemed like everyone was going about their normal day. And here at JPD, they tell us that they're still searching for a suspect. They also tell us
The night that would not stay quiet. You are standing on a quiet street in Jackson, Mississippi. It's 9:15 on a Saturday night. Nothing about this block says danger. Kids are asleep. Porch lights glow. Somewhere inside one house, a 2-year-old boy named Kamari is tucked into bed by his mother. You need to know two things before we go further. First, this was not random. Police confirmed that early. Second, by the end of this case, the number of people charged would double. 2 suspects. Then 4. 2 states. Hold on to both of those. Because right now, inside that home on Queen Alexandria Lane, 3 people are about to die. Kiana Weathersby, 25 years old, a mother. Erica Weathersby, 30, her sister. And Kamari, just 2 years old, shot multiple times inside their own home in the space of minutes. Police arrived to find no forced entry, no robbery gone wrong, no signs of struggle spilling in from outside. What they find is calculated. Whoever did this is an absolute coward and is probably the most vilest of human beings. You kill a toddler. That's Jackson Police Chief Raelle Brackney. She said that in front of cameras, and it stopped the whole city cold. If a case like this deserves to be remembered, not just scrolled past, hit subscribe right now, because what happens next will not let you look away. A car is missing from the driveway. The killers didn't just walk away. They drove. And for the next 24 hours, they were still out there. You know how it ended. 2 arrests. Then 2 more. But to understand how police got there, you need to see what they found first. What the scene couldn't hide, here's Promise 1, delivered. You wanted to know how investigators moved from 0 suspects to 4. It started with what they found in that house, and what they didn't find. No broken door, no shattered window. Whoever entered that home either had access, or the victims let them in. That single detail reshapes the entire case. This wasn't strangers stumbling onto a target. This was someone who knew exactly where they were going. 3 people were shot, multiple times each. The medical examiner later confirmed it. Methodical, not chaotic. You don't fire that many rounds into 3 separate people if you're panicking. You do it if you came prepared to finish something. Then there's the child. Kamari wasn't in the living room, wasn't near a window, wasn't caught in a crossfire between 2 rooms. He was in his bed, asleep. Police stated it directly. This does not appear to be a crossfire incident. Sit with that for a second. Now the car. A red 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage, gone from the driveway. Whoever pulled the trigger stayed calm enough afterward to steal a vehicle and drive away. That's not someone who lost control, that's an exit plan. The car turns up the next day. Abandoned. Empty. Sitting in a public park in North Jackson like it had simply been discarded once it served its purpose. But abandoned cars talk. Fingerprints on a steering wheel, DNA on a headrest, fibers on a floor mat. Investigators, working with the FBI, start pulling threads most people would never think to check. And one of those threads is about to lead somewhere nobody in Jackson expects. The forensic team had a car. What they didn't have yet was a face. That changed the moment someone who knew these 2 men picked up the phone. The traffic stop that cracked the case. Here's Promise 2. You've been waiting to know how 2 suspects became 4. And it starts with a car that refused to stop. 48 hours after the murders, detectives get a lead. A vehicle, one they believe connects directly to the homicide. Officers move to conduct a traffic stop at 18th and Maddox Road. The driver doesn't stop. For a few tense minutes, officers track the vehicle through Jackson streets, boxing it in until it has nowhere left to go. No shots fired, no chase ending in disaster. Just 2 men, finally, in handcuffs. Cornelius Carter, 28 years old, charged with capital murder, and separately as a convicted felon caught with a firearm. Jordan Carter, also 28. No relation, despite the shared last name. Also charged with capital murder. Here's what investigators pull from that car. 5 things you need to know. 1. 3 firearms recovered from the back seat, including a 9mm pistol and a handgun described as gold in color. 2. Both men have prior convictions, including aggravated assault on a police officer. 3. A judge denies them bond, calling them a known danger to society. 4. Police confirm this was not a random encounter. It was intentional. 5. Investigators say the case is still active. More arrests are coming. This wasn't a random act. It was an intentional attack at this home. That's Chief Brackney, refusing to soften it. 5 days after the murders, a third suspect is arrested. McCalla Young, 25. Police say she drove the 2 men to the house, then drove away alone after she heard gunfire, leaving them behind. She's charged with capital murder too, under a legal principle that doesn't require her to have pulled a trigger. 2 suspects became 3. Then came a 4th. If you had to guess right now, do you think McCalla Young knew what was about to happen inside that house? Or did she panic and run? Tell me in the comments. 3 suspects in custody. A 4th still coming. But none of it answers the one question everyone in Jackson is still asking. The question police won't answer. You want to know why. So does everyone in Jackson. Reporters ask directly. Did the suspects know the victims? Was there a connection? Chief Brackney gives the same answer every time. We will not comment or speculate on motive. That silence isn't an accident. Police say revealing too much could tip off people they're still investigating. Because here's the detail that should unsettle you the most. This case isn't closed. Detectives confirm there are still other persons of interest they haven't named yet. A 4th name eventually surfaces. Devone Maudicure, charged in connection with the same case, expanding the circle even further. 4 people, 2 states, 1 home on Queen Alexandria Lane. The victim's brother, DeMarco Bailey, speaks from Texas, his voice breaking. He says his sisters were never in the streets, never in trouble, just working, raising a child together, trying to build something stable. I just need justice. Not only for my sister, but my nephew. He's only 2.5 years old. That's not a police statement. That's a family, still trying to understand how their world ended in 9 minutes. If unresolved cases like this keep you up at night wondering who else is still out there, subscribe now, because we track every update the moment it drops. The suspects are behind bars. The motive is not. Do you think police already know the motive and just aren't releasing it yet? Or are they genuinely still piecing it together? Drop your theory below. 4 arrests, 0 explanations, and a city forced to ask what happens next. A city still waiting. Here's where this case stands right now. 4 people charged. Capital murder, every one of them. A judge has denied bond to all of them, calling them a danger to the public. But the investigation is not closed. Police say more arrests remain possible. The motive, still sealed. Chief Brackney says it plainly. There are still other people that we know are involved, and we are going to continue to investigate those leads. That means somewhere in Jackson, right now, someone else knows exactly what happened on Queen Alexandria Lane. Someone hasn't been named. Someone hasn't been arrested. For Kiana, for Erica, for Kamari, asleep in his bed when it happened. Justice is moving, but it isn't finished. DeMarco Bailey is still waiting for a phone call he can't unhear. A city is still waiting for a motive it may never get in full. Mayor John Horn stood in front of Jackson and said the words this city needed to hear. One decision can take a life, and take your future with it. It is not worth it. If you want to be here the moment police name that 5th suspect, and they will, subscribe now, because we follow cases like this until the very last arrest. Do you think there's a 5th person still out there who hasn't been caught yet? Say it in the comments. We're watching for the update, and so should you.